Welcome to The Real Authority. Today I'm talking about F1 the movie, a brand new film starring Brad Pitt and from the same director as Top Gun Maverick, Joseph Kosinski. Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, a former Formula One driver who wasn't a has-been, he was a never was. He's recruited by one of his old friends, played by Javier Bardem, in order to keep his sports team alive, where Sonny uses his skills to try and help the team win while also butting heads with the hotshot that is leading the team. F1 wasn't in my personal top 10 anticipated films of the year, but I was still extremely excited considering what Kosinski did with Top Gun Maverick. For watching Top Gun Maverick, I just can't help but be amazed at how, 1, it did not age, and 2, how he balanced the story with amazing aerial sequences. And the marketing really sold that would be the case for F1. Instead of aerial sequences, it would be Formula One racing. And even though it wasn't in my top 10 anticipated, when your film has a fan-first IMAX premiere that goes on sale before the actual movie does, and it sells out in all the locations so much that they add more locations, but not only that, add an additional screening 2 days after, that's indicative of how many people were excited for this movie, be it film fans or fans of racing. Of course, expectations were high, and after seeing it, I think Kosinski has just proven himself to be one of the most impressive blockbuster directors of the modern age. Like, this film didn't come in cheap. It cost, $200 million? They used every dollar of that to make something pretty incredible. Let me start talking about the acting. The acting's pretty much great around the board. There are no exceptions here. Javier Bardem is a talented actor, so of course he would do good as Rubian. Carrie Condon's also a talented actress, and she proves herself great as Kate. Also, isn't it funny that last year she starred in one of the worst movies of the year, and now she's starring in potentially one of the best? Yeah, it's insane. Of course, they're not the stars Brad Pitt and Damson Idris are. Pitt feels like as if he is Sonny Hayes in a lot of places. He's able to slip into the role rather nicely. We know what Pitt can do, and he absolutely does a fantastic job here, although I will say Damson Idris was also great. I did feel the struggle of his character, but also the naivete in terms of the circumstances that he's in. Hayes knows his way around the racing scene, while Pierce is a hotshot who needs to be brought back to reality by Hayes. They both work well off each other, and they are the standouts in terms of the acting. Kosinski continues to prove how well of a director he is. Like, the directing in this movie is, big. This is one of the most well-structured films of the year that does not relent in terms of pacing, in terms of scope, in terms of adrenaline. His directing and story for F1 are really impressive, so I gotta give props to Kosinski. Also, Aaron Kruger for his involvement in the story and the screenplay, which was really strong. Balancing the racing sequences with a really compelling story, just like Kosinski did in Top Gun Maverick. Cinematography from Claudio Miranda was also really impressive, making the movie feel more immersive and, I guess, realistic than it would otherwise be. I also felt Stephen Maroney's editing was great, going nicely with the transitions between, of course, the story and the racing sequences. Before I forget to mention, Hans Zimmer goes hard on the score. I actually didn't realize it was Hans Zimmer doing the score until his name popped up in the credits. He's a great composer, and he composes the hell out of this movie. I think I'm stalling for time at this point. The racing sequences, you obviously know that that's why you're here, most likely. We knew the story would be great, but in terms of the experience, the racing sequences needed to hit. And I gotta say, once again, Kosinski knows what the hell he's doing. The racing sequences are pretty much fantastic. Again, the main attraction, so you need them to be fantastic, and they are. I don't know how I'm able to do them justice with words. All I'm gonna say is go see it in IMAX. I mean, the movie's filmed for IMAX, and there are usually some sequences for those kind of movies that are full aspect ratio. This is one of the only movies that decide to go full aspect ratio during the entire movie, and I felt that just made for a more exhilarating experience, one that makes you feel like you're there. Specifically in the driver's seat, that's immersive. Half the movie is entirely racing sequences. I thought it would be like a few moments. No, they absolutely include a lot of racing sequences, but not at the cost of the story. When I mean the balance is great in terms of the story and the racing sequences, I literally mean it. It's exhilarating, and I have no doubt if you see this, especially in IMAX, do not forget that you'll feel the same way. F1 the movie is a testament to the fact that you can be entertaining and you can be great. It's also the summer movie season heating up, and F1 the movie being the fire. Whatever Joseph Kosinski does next, I'm excited, and Pitt, you know I'm going to look forward to whatever you do next. It feels like a throwback in a lot of ways, but it's also an experience that I never thought I would get. And in terms of comparisons to Top Gun Maverick, that's actually going to be really hard since both experiences have their own unique things. All I'll say is that Kosinski has pretty much proven himself to be capable of directing blockbusters with heart, and this one has a lot of it. Don't wait for this to go to Apple TV Plus. Go see it in the movie theater, specifically in IMAX once it comes out. The Real Authority absolutely approves. 10 out of 10. Immersive, well written, and just plain awesome, F1 understands its audience and gives them exactly what they want, while also providing them what they might not have expected. And there's no way I'm not recommending it. Do not miss this must watch. That's it for the video. I'm probably going to cut it down to 5 minutes. It's 15 minutes now that I'm recording, a bit longer. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, either requests for movies I should review or your thoughts on F1. I think there was also something else I wanted to say. Probably not. Hope you're having a good day. I'm going to end it there. Have a nice day. Peace.